1,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck.
Hello everyone. Hey, it's me, your artistically pleasing host, Cody. It's been a while. It's been 6 whole months. And the last video I uploaded was an April Fool's video. Yeah. Well, I'm back, and I'm here with a new video. The one that I've been saying that's been like teased on my Twitter a whole bunch, and that I've been saying that, oh, I've been getting to it, I'll do it soon. It's the artist styles and aesthetics video. So let's not keep too long, and let's move on with the video. So, art styles and aesthetic. We'll first start with aesthetic. An aesthetic is something that you can feel from the art, or a kind of vibe you get from something being cool to something being cute to something being scary. And there are specific aesthetics that a lot of people will point to. Like, someone will go, oh, I know what this is. It's dreamcore. It's very dreamlike and very weird. That's a type of aesthetic, but of course aesthetics are basically everywhere. In art, in music, in all types of things. But of course I'm mainly talking about drawings and art. Now, art styles are something that is very much malleable, but in simple terms, it's your own unique art style or unique art styles that you have under your belt that you can use at any time, anywhere in a drawing space. You know, if you want to draw in a style of, let's say, Randy Cunningham, 9th grade ninja, then you can. If you want to draw in a style of My Life as a Teenage Robot, you can, via copying those art styles. That's a thing you can do. You can put multiple art styles under your belt, and you've probably seen it on the internet if you've been around, of people taking their characters or taking other characters and putting them in different art styles, because, you know, every character looks a little bit different in each art style. And just like aesthetics, it can be used with anything. So yeah, that's it. They're both malleable concepts that can intertwine with each other, and it's so unique to see. Like, oh, I'm going to show you some of these other people's art styles and aesthetics, but mainly art styles. Aesthetic is something that can be fused with an art style, but an art style is already an aesthetic, so it's a bit of a mixture of both, but it's mainly going to be art styles today from the artists that you'll see in this video. And I have a nice selection. So I want to actually talk about something real quick. It took me a long time to take care of this video. And when I mean take care of this video, as in make sure I have enough people's art to talk about. A few months back, I did actually make a post on my Twitter asking people for their art so I can talk about it in the video. And I think that's what overwhelmed me, having to put all those people's art in a video. But later on, as it went down the line, people's art style had grown and grown. And I mean, of course, art style actually grows very fast in the short time that you can have. Like, if I started drawing something like 1 month ago and then I did it again today, it would look very much different because artists grow constantly. And that's kind of the issue I had. People's art was growing and I was not finishing the video. But enough about the video gripes. We should start talking about the amazing art that was submitted to me from my friends on Twitter, and they are just amazing. I mean, it isn't a lot, but hey, they're pretty cool. So, I would like to first talk about a good friend of mine who I call JoJo, or as his Twitter handle is, Joseph22Flowers, just all in one word. Just to let you know, so you go follow him, because their art is absolutely amazing and they deserve a follow. If you do not follow them, I am going to come through the screen and beat you. But let's move on forward, okay? JoJo's art is absolutely amazing, and I adore it. Of course, if you look at his art, you'll probably say, oh, that's kind of funny that his name is JoJo, because his art style is literally JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And I would like to say, yes, it kind of is. But I love it for that, and it's amazing. Also, he's an amazing character designer. The designs of like his black cat having these very nice, very shiny clothing. I don't know what it would be made out of. Probably leather and latex, maybe. She's got fishnets on, and it's nice. And she's got spiked gloves. That's just mwah, the cherry on top of the cake. He's also recently been getting into things like sprite work. He's been getting into things like that, and geez, it's so good. He's had ideas for like a fighting game he would make, and he even made a nice little character for me, and I'm a little happy about it. Very nice, thank you, JoJo. But they have done other sprite art, like the amazing King Kong concept they have done. So beautiful, so good. Like the art you see on screen right now, just so good. Let's keep this gravy train moving and talking about another one of my mutuals who I absolutely adore the art style of. Both JoJo and this next person inspired my art, along with the other artists who are featured in this video. They also inspired me. Basically every artist that I admire, they inspire me in some sort of way. And this artist we're talking about is Yeti Kai. Oh my gosh, I love him so much. He's so good. His art style is very blocky yet smooth at moments. Like it's got this like early 2000s-ness about it. Like it's some sort of art style you would see for a pilot that got canceled, and people would talk about it years later about like, wait, why was this canceled? The art style was amazing. He has just some very good art. Like he has his Spider-Man universe, which is probably going to be most of the pictures that you see up here, and it's called the Lionheart universe. It was inspired by Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, a Broadway musical. He really likes the very extravagant outfits of like the characters and stuff in that. So his outfits are very much extravagant too. He just has a very nice character design and art style, and just, oh my god, I love his art. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, so we're done talking about Yeti. His art is amazing, but we also have to get through someone else real quick. They didn't give me a lot of art, but I implore you, please go check them out after the video and just support them. They're amazing artists, and their art style is absolutely dope. Neo. Now, his name will be popping up on screen, so you know, I don't know how to fully say his name correctly, but it'll pop up on screen. But geez, this dude's art style is so like smooth. It's like that weird buttery smoothness that you would see in like a Dark Souls game, but like the character designs are so smoothed out yet have this dedicated, like this decadence to them. It's hard to explain, but you got to check out Neo's art for yourself. You will not regret it. Next up is a very cool artist named Two-Face. Now their character designing and character posing is very, very nice. They have their own original characters and stuff, but they do like to make fan art and redesigns of certain characters, like the redesigns of the Justice League, which I absolutely adore, mainly Martian Manhunter and Wonder Woman. The fact that she's like fully like clay marble-ish, that is such a fun character design, and I love that. Their art style and how they draw black characters is absolutely amazing too. You know, it's hard to say like other things about this art other than they're so good, because I can't critique them. I mean, I can, but all I'm gonna do is say how good the art style is. And every single artist here in this video is amazing with their art. So let's move on to the next person, shall we? Next artist I want to talk about is Daniel Skell. Now, I met them a while back. They have an Instagram, same with Neo, and this is also another one where it's very fast because they only uploaded one drawing for me to look at, but still, it's a very nice drawing, and it's got such great composition. Their art is like very much inspired by like Wario and stuff. You can see it in their artwork, but they have so much originality to it. Like I said, go check out their Instagram, Daniel Skell. I'll put it in the screen right now. Same goes for Neo. Check out their Instagram. Now, the next artist I'm about to talk about is one you can find right here on YouTube, named Ruji the Rock. You can just type that into YouTube and their content should pop up. But they are amazing. They also have a DeviantArt, and their art is like weird. It's like, when I mean weird, as in it's weirdly just smooth and nice. They draw monsters and kaijus, but they also have their own original characters. They have these species of rock creatures and stuff. But what he sent to me, the art that he wanted me to showcase in this video, I very much like. He likes kaiju stuff, so he very much likes Godzilla and has his own, altered universe for his Godzilla and his monster designs. So check them out. They're really good. It's just, I can't praise all these artists enough. But we are done with the more smaller, more preliminary stuff. We are now about to get into the 3 artists that I absolutely adore the art style of, and will go into absolute complete detail to talk about their art. Now, these next 3 have such great art styles and are just so good. 2 of them are mutuals on Twitter, and one of them is a person I've been following for a while on both Twitter and Instagram. And I really enjoyed these 3. All their works, all of their art is so nicely done and is just inspiring. So we have Dude Toon, Axel, and Creature Feature Gonna Get You. Yes, I know the last one is silly, but even with a silly name, he's got some fire art, and you'll see in a second. It's time to lock in. Let's do it. We'll start from the impressive to the super impressive. All these 3 artists are impressive and have their own, like, just each of them has a level to them. And we'll get to the highest level, but it's like a hard mix because Axel and Creature's art is it's hard to gauge them. But let's start off with Dude Toon. Now, Dude Toon, their art is so good. It's so expressive and has that feel of someone who is putting passion into their art, and it's just great. Like, the character expressions are good, the scenery that they draw is absolutely beautiful, and some of the character designs are just out of this world. I love them. They're like so good. There are multiple characters on Twitter. You could go check out their Twitter. The art that I showcase in this video will not do the characters justice. Also, some people may notice this, but dude was featured in my trailer for my YouTube channel because I drew their characters Slapstick and Lobster. And I drew their designs because I absolutely love them. And I've actually made multiple fan art pieces. Well, ones that I've posted at least. But that just goes to show that I absolutely love this person's art. So, yeah, if you haven't checked them out, go check them out. Go follow them. They deserve the love. And with the highest regards, go follow them. DoToon deserves a follow from you if you haven't followed them yet. Next is Axel. Now, he is getting in here a little bit as a tie with Geacher because his art, oh my goodness, it feels like my like ideas have just been thrown on the page. Like my ideas of how I would want to draw have been thrown right in front of me. His art feels like something you would see out of a Dreamcast magazine. Like the art from I think Yuji Naka, who was the Sonic artist. If someone can correct me in the comics, I don't have time to research because I'm so tired. But yeah, Axel's art is absolutely amazing. He has a low follower count, but deserves the follows. If you don't follow him, you are missing out on some amazing grade A art that gives you that feeling of just looking back in time and seeing like art that was clearly inspired from Dreamcast. It's just so good. It's just so good. Go check it out. And showing on the screen, he's got what I think he's really good at is making the colors pop, and specifically city areas pop. He just, it's hard to explain. Check them out. Axel, his name will be on the screen in the previous thing. If you want to scroll back, just go scroll through the video. But go follow them. I implore you to do that. Now we will be on to our final person to talk about in detail, and I am going to enjoy talking about Creature Feature Gonna Geacher. And if you know who they are, especially if you've been in the Ben 10 artist space, then you know what I'm getting into. The final person we're talking about is someone who I absolutely have been following for not years, but following ever since probably 2021, maybe. And that is Creature Feature Gonna Geacher, or as I just call them, Creature. I've actually spoken to them a few times, and they're still like a artistic idol for me. But I love their art. Their character designing, especially with their character redesigning or flipping their designs in different ways. I love that. But their style is so clean, it's hard to describe it. It feels like it's a style that fits into so much different media that it boggles the mind and just makes you think, what would you want to see them draw that would just make you happy already then seeing their amazing art? And Creature is one of those artists who I absolutely adore the art of, in the Ben 10 community and other communities. If you're a fan in the Ben 10 space, most of you would know who this is. If you're in the Ben 10 Twitter artist space, or even on Instagram, they post on there. But they are just amazing, and I love the designs, from their original characters to how they flip Ben 10 designs or Marvel designs or Spider-Man villains and heroes. It's amazing to look at, and I love it. It just makes me happy every time I see it. There are other artists who I absolutely adore the art. I adore the art of, Insane Main, which if I was able to reach out to them and ask them if they could like give or like show me their favorite pieces of art that they would want to have featured in this video, I would. But I've already done so much, and I think this will suffice. But I absolutely just love the art of Creature. I've even done a collab with them where I've traced over their version of Reboot Stinkfly and turned it into a new creature called Blurbug. Now, that was a whole collab. It was a thing where he had the design and I traced over it and give it my own touch with the coloring and even adding a few little things. And, you know, I just love art. This episode took me a long time because I wanted to fully show my love for art, but I procrastinated on it. And I procrastinated because I was having busy stuff in my life, but also because I was procrastinative. I couldn't focus on this and focused on other things instead. But I'm glad I was able to get this finished, and I really hope y'all enjoyed it. You know, maybe in the future I can do this again, but next episode is going to be something like, it's just going to be like your regular type of YouTuber thing, but I'm going to be still talking about art and stuff, you know. But I'm not going to spoil what I have planned, but it's fairly simple, and I hope y'all will enjoy it. But back to Creature, I don't really have much to say because I can't expand upon their art. If you haven't seen them, go look them up. They're on Twitter, they're on Instagram, and I have put their names on the screen. If you haven't checked them out, you're missing out because they have some amazing designs, and the ones that I show aren't doing justice. With every single artist on here, the art that I show is only a platter, only like a little sampler's plate. I implore you, I encourage you to go out and follow these artists, and I mean it. Do it, because the more follows they get, the more motivation they get to draw fun stuff. You know, some people don't like the attention. Like Yeti, he's told me before that he doesn't really like the attention, but sometimes it does give us motivation to draw. You know, we draw for ourselves, but we do also want to draw for the people. You can't deny that. And I made this so you guys can go and follow artists out there. If you don't follow them, then you don't follow them, and you're missing out on seeing people grow, because some artists have grown so much that it's insane. But I think I've yapped on for a little too much, and I think I've had my fill. So I had my fun. I enjoyed what I was able to say, and I hope y'all liked the video. Subscribe, check out my Redbubble, buy some merch, support your boy, you know, because it goes a long way to help me go on living, you know. Personal stuff has been personal, and I won't say anything about it, but a boy could use some help. So, like, follow, subscribe, and or just share it around. You know, I appreciate it. Thank you. See you next time. Keep your brains loony and be insane in the brain.